because I don't want to forget, because I think there's a lot of people in here. So I'm Francine Tesler. I'm a psychic medium and a medical intuitive. Okay. Basically, everyone has a psychic ability, but not everyone is meant to be a practitioner. So the more that we pay attention, the stronger it gets. And if we don't use it, we lose it or it stays dormant. All psychics are not mediums, but all mediums are psychics. I'm both, but I'm also a medical intuitive. Now, what's a medical intuitive? Medical intuitive is somebody that can pick up vibrations, or I get colors over people's body. So like I have asthma and I look in the mirror and I see red around my chest area. So it means that I have like an issue because I have asthma. It's not an exact science, and I get a lot of symbolism. So if I say lower body, it could be digestive, it could be somebody that has sugar problems, you know, could be your knees, but it's gearing you to that area. So I don't want you guys to get scared, because again, it's not an exact science and I'm not a doctor. Now, the other thing is I have a really weird sense of humor, and anyone that's been in my Zoom rooms, I don't have a filter. And I get a lot of cartoony images and a lot of visual images to make whatever I'm giving you edible, because no one wants to hear doom and gloom. So my favorite story, 25 years ago, I dreamt my dad was pregnant and he was getting a C-section and they were dancing pickles. Now we know that's not possible. He wound up having a triple hernia and they did laparoscopic surgery. So the symbolism of it was that he was having lower body issues. So we have more people. This is great. Okay, now, all psychics are not mediums. Now, the people that are mediums, like myself, we don't have a phone number to call up to dead people. It doesn't work that way. They don't call us on the phone and say, hi, I'm your dead aunt, the money is here and the meaning of life is this. What happens is when you watch the TV shows, people talk about how they see orbs, flashing lights, a song will come on the radio, you find coins, feathers, what else? A song comes on the radio, it gets really cold. Now, when we have an infant or a pet, they have their own language, goo goo gaga, hoochie coochie, wah wah, ruff ruff, meow meow, cockadoodle doo. So imagine that when we die, we literally lose the ability to communicate in the language we came from, and we're doing Pictionary and miming on a stage while speaking another language. So if we got all airlifted to Japan, an island in Japan, and we don't speak Japanese, we're going to try to communicate with them, and they're going to try to communicate with us. Does that make sense to everyone? So that's the way it goes. And the other way you can look at it is we put a pot of water on the stove and you go to boil the water. The water boils and it evaporates. It's not leaving, but the molecules go in the air and it's all around us. So when we die, our essence and our molecules go in the air and they surround our loved ones. And it's like giving us hugs and kisses. So like I may pick something out with one of you guys in relation to somebody that's no longer here, but I may not realize it because they don't say, hi, I'm dead, but they may give me a song or something. You have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Because if we knew all and we could see all, I would. Now, I want you guys to understand that I absolutely have no filter. I'm like a 6-year-old that had a baby with a mad scientist. Tish knows. And I have a really weird sense of humor. So if you took every puzzle I ever made and then shredded it like confetti, put it into a giant snow globe, put the snow globe on my head, that's the way I see stuff. Now, I am dyslexic. So Robert Bob, Richard Dick, Carissa Marissa, I get mostly consonants, not a lot of vowels. And I may get a middle name, a last name, I could say Mark, Mike. So bear with me. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to go around the room as many people as I can. This is the largest, I think, Zoom thing I've had so far. I mean, one other time we had more people, but I'm sure we're going to get more people. I'm going to ask you your name and your date of birth. If you want me to talk to you, show me your video. Therese, I'm going to put you on mute. Unless I talk to you, put me on mute. I'm going to bounce to as many people as I can, and we'll see where we go. Hi, Tony. Hi. Hey. I just wanted to say hello. Hi. Hello. I wanted to pick on you because you're a guy, so there you go. Hold on for 1 second. Okay, so actually, Tony, what is your date of birth?
March 22nd, 84.
So when I do readings, I see numbers over people's heads. Hello, Bridget. And those numbers tell me about the person. And so you're a 1 or a 3. So things would always happen to you 1, 3, or 6, good, bad, or otherwise. So a couple things. Are you in the process of transitioning or changing something within your career, or recalibrating or something?
Not currently in my career, but I know our department's restructuring right now, though.
So can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
Redo your resume.
Mm.
Because there's something going on, because they're showing me a Rubik's cube, and it's not, all the colors aren't together, they're disjointed. So I don't know if they put you in another position or they bounce you around. But do you oversee people yet?
No, not currently.
You might get thrown into something. Now, the Rubik's Cube makes me think of either finance or technology or medical, something very clinical, if that makes any sense.
It does.
So, okay, so what do you do for work?
I work for a health provider or clinic
Okay,
services down here.
okay. There is a big change. I would redo your resume. Now, the only thing is, if you're going to send your resume out, I wouldn't send it out until February 1st, because
Mm.
even though Mercury retrograde ends on the 19th of this month, I want you to wait a little bit because of the cushion, and even maybe March 1st, because everyone's still kind of wonky. But redo your resume and start to research and kind of keep your ears open what's going on with your company. Also, you're pretty intuitive yourself. You've been getting weird dreams and deja vus. So pay attention to that and don't let other people kind of misguide you. That's
Mhm.
really important, because I'm probably telling you something that's already been tapping you on your shoulder. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It says, beware, So I just want you to keep that in mind. Now, do you have a question?
Not currently. I don't.
Okay. Um, as I was telling people, I don't know if you're local to me, but I'm doing a big dinner show at Tesoro's d'Italia in Pleasantville, New York, next Monday. It's on my website. I'm also private mentoring and teaching. I'll be doing these once a month. And if I don't get tired, I'll be doing it twice a month again. So you can always join. But if you add yourself to my website, you'll get my emails and you'll see everything I'm doing. Is that okay? Thank you, Tony. I had to pick on him first, ladies, because he's, I think, the only guy in the room at the moment. So I wanted to pick on him. So there you go. Okay, thank you. I'm going to pick, let's see, we have 35 people. Okay, I am going to pick Jerry. Jerry Jacobs. If you can unmute yourself, you have to unmute, Jerry.
Down there, got it. Got it.
Jerry, what is your date of birth? Welcome, welcome.
January 21st,
What year?
1961.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
We're age of Aquarius. I'm Aquarius like you. My birthday is February 13th. It's a really cool time. So the next couple of months are going to be really interesting, because we had some planetary aspects that had been in retrograde. A retrograde, like we're in a Mercury retrograde right now. A retrograde is like a full moon PMSing on crack for 3 weeks, and we have one every 3 or 4 months. A retrograde is a stop, but Mars was also retrograde for a couple of months since October. Mars is the planet of war. So a lot of people the past few months have been feeling extra anxious. People can nod. Like, a lot of people feel like they have palpitations or they're PMSing on crack, so to speak. There's a lot of anxiety, and people feel like kind of like wonky. Well, that's going away in a couple of days, and it's going into Aquarius, which is going to be really cool, because you're very intuitive also, and it'll help you manage whatever's going on around you, because I am feeling that you're being pulled like a bungee cord. But it's interesting. It's like a tug of war bungee cord, but it's not just being pulled into two pieces. You're being pulled into three. And what's interesting is you're being wrapped. So is there something going on within your family right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like there's a health issue going on with somebody around you. Um, I don't know if it's physical or mental, could be
Mm-hmm.
emotional. It should resolve itself, or there'll be a conclusion or some sort of resolution. February, May, and June are 3 very important months because we had a bunch of eclipses. We had an eclipse on October 25th in the new moon, and we had one in the full moon on 11/8 that was a lunar eclipse. Eclipses affect us 3 months later, positive or negative. So whatever's going to be, they'll come to a plan of action, swift, positive, or negative. So these aspects could also be cleansing. Does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be tactful. Now, you're in your first major relationship or your third?
I'm not in a relationship.
So you had 2 that was important to you?
Yes.
You're coming into a third. The third one could be permanent if you wish. But I don't know if you want to do marriage again or anything like that. I don't think it's necessary. Also, you have some joint issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you tested for anything autoimmune?
I probably was tested. I probably was, but we're talking about just osteoarthritis in the knees.
You should probably go and get your colonoscopy and an endoscopy. You could have celiacs or some digestive issues, and a lot of times, a lot of the autoimmune disorders start in your gut. So you want to address it. And when you do the colonoscopy, don't do the drink, do the pill prep, because the drink is hellacious. I don't think it's catastrophic, but I feel like it's something that you need to address. Because if it is something autoimmune, it's going to continue to attack your joints. And depending on what kind of autoimmune, it can attack your organs. So that's really important. Okay. You can email me and I don't want to, because, Crohn's, lupus, they're very aggressive types of things, fibromyalgia, psoriatic arthritis, RA, all those things. So that's really important. Now, what do you want to ask me before I go on to somebody else? I have a question though. Do you have an anniversary of an ending that just happened or is coming up? Think about it, because I don't know if it's a necessary a death, but like there's an anniversary of something, of an ending. Something.
Next month is the anniversary of my divorce.
Okay, so that's like a death. So
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, because the reason why I'm asking is I saw like a bird on your shoulder, and the bird is like, "Hi, I'm free." So congratulations. That's great. But I definitely see another partner coming in.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And when you meet people, you'll meet 3 people at once, so don't go steady.
Okay.
No pickle jumping. So dinner, dancing, no dessert. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And it was very nice talking to you. Add yourself to my website,
I will.
please.
I
And
will.
we go there and make sure that you guys put your videos, the video screens up. And thank you so much. I'm going to go on to somebody else. Okay, somebody else is coming in. We got a lot of people here today. Alicia, did I speak to you before?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you look like you lost weight.
I've actually gained a little bit, but
No, your face looks all sculpted. What's your birthday, Elisa?
May 27, 1973.
So because I've talked to you before, now you're an even number, so things happen to you in 2s. So 2 good things, 2 bad things, 2 job choices, 4 job choices. So now, are you in your second major relationship yet? Or 4th?
I'm not in the 4th yet.
but there's somebody around you. Kind of.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, but the only thing is, it's almost like they're doing a tango dance and it's somebody in your peripheral, but there's somebody else coming in at the same time. So you're going to kind of like be in the middle of 2 people. And one of my favorite shows that's not on anymore was Mad TV. And there was an episode where the guy would say, "I'm in the middle of a moron sandwich." So I don't necessarily think they're morons, but you're going to feel like, "Oh God, what do I do?" Because you're not a good liar. And I'm not telling you to lie, but if you're not steady with somebody and it's not established, you can have dinner and meet people and talk to people and socialize You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, it's okay for men right now to do whatever they want, and then women have to sit home and twiddle their thumbs. You know, and I'm not saying, and I don't say to pickle jump, don't do that, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to be in the middle of two people. Now, you might have four people at some point, but only two are feasible, and one is familiar, one you know, but you don't know him the way you think you do.
Okay.
I mean, he could be the guy that owns the mechanic shop that you bring your car to, because one of the people has a really nice butt.
Okay.
So it's important. He has a really nice butt, and he has working hands.
Okay.
So he's, but it's interesting because he's not a Vinny Gumbat. He can still wear a suit. So, but his hands, you could tell, very respectful. So I just want you to keep that in mind, and it comes up like that. So now, what do you want to ask me?
Um, I've got a friend in the hospital right now, and I've been going there just about daily, and he's supposed to be transferred out to a rehab center. Uh, do you see this happening soon? I'm just
What's
like
his birthday?
uh, November 7th, 61.
So when he went into the hospital, he had three things wrong with him.
He actually ended up having 2 strokes.
Okay, but there was a third thing, because there's a third thing. So I don't, how do I say this? Remember I was saying in the beginning about how the eclipses affect us, and
Uh-huh.
it would make, there's something else going on. So I think he has other vascular issues. So they may have to put stents if they haven't already. Um, there's something else going on. So he may go into rehab and he may go back. What state is he in?
Georgia.
Um, Depending on the medical facility, you might want to arrange for him to go to, maybe Atlanta or a bigger city which has better medical, that's more of a cardiac vascular facility.
Yeah, he's in
I,
Atlanta now and supposed to be going to rehab in Greenville, South Carolina to be closer to his family.
okay.
It just seems like there's a huge dependency on me, and it's just,
Well, all I could tell you is that part I can't answer you, because
yeah,
you're putting that on yourself. So in a way, if he does go to this rehab, it'll be good for you. But on the other hand, I do think that there's something else that's going on, and you're going to have to try not to go as much. So go every other day, because you're going to burn yourself up. And if you get sick, then you're not going to be good to anyone. But
right.
there's something else going on, and I don't think he's out of the woods yet,
Okay.
because I am picking up something around his leg. So I don't know if they have to do bypass or he gets a blockage near his leg area.
Okay.
So, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think so. And then you let me know, okay? But you have to take care of yourself, because you look like you lost like 20 pounds in your face, and it could be because you're exhausted, even though you look really pretty. But
Oh, no, I
do you
don't.
understand?
I'm exhausted.
No, but to me, like,
Yeah,
you understand what I'm trying to say.
yeah, I understand.
Okay, so, and then let me know, and then make sure you add yourself to my website, and there we go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let me go on to okay, so let's see. Christina Margot. Hi,
Hi,
Christina. Do I know you? You look familiar.
you do, yes.
Where did I meet you from?
I joined this last month, and then I did a reading with you prior
Okay, where?
on the
On the
phone.
phone? Okay,
Yeah,
what's your birthday? But I never we didn't do Zoom. I just, like, I know your face. What's your birthday?
June 19th, 1993.
Enjoy your youth. Okay, now, are you in your second major relationship yet?
No, I would be going into my fourth, but I just got out of
Okay,
my third.
okay, then that's perfect. But I'm going to tell you, as you go along, you're gonna forget the other people. So like, you ever have a crush on somebody when you're 12 or 13? And if I ask you what their name is now, you probably won't remember. So the people that you had in your life before, most of them were not as significant. So I just want you to keep that in mind, because you would always have things happen to you in twos, 2, 4, 6. So you should be coming into your fourth major. You're like the other lady, though, that you would always have 2 or 4 choices. The only problem with you is you're too mushy. Sorry. You're too, you take people for face value, and you take them, you believe that they're so transparent. Don't lay out all your cards. Always keep 20, 25% for yourself until you really get to know the person. And even when you get married, you're supposed to keep, a certain percentage to yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? You have a caretaking base. And I think that, you keep on picking people that are broken. Oh, if anyone ever wonders why I'm looking to the side, I free write, and that's how I get some of my images and stuff like that. I have a question though for you. One of the guys from the past, was there somebody that you didn't really date, but maybe you wanted to, but you were dating somebody, or they were dating someone, and you kept on missing each other, but maybe you were always in the circle?
Well, I only date women, but
Well, it feels
not
like a
that.
male. It feels male energy. So I don't look at sexuality that way. So whoever it is in your peripheral.
I don't think so.
Okay. So can I say something to you? Whoever it is, this is going to sound weird. They come up more male energy. So it could be a female with a male name, like Alex, Sam, Pat, could be that. Or they look like a woman but think like a guy, like Janine Pirro or Judge Judy. But I'm going to say that the person probably has a male female name. So that's what I'm going to say. Or they could also be transitioning, which could also make sense. So that would be something that maybe you wouldn't necessarily gravitate to, if that makes any sense. But your taste sucks. So sorry, because you keep on picking broken people, and you have a caretaking base. So you have to kind of interview people as though they were going to date your sister, your daughter, your best friend. And then you won't date half the people. Now, are you working 2 careers, or your career has 2 parts to it? Because I don't remember what you do.
I actually just got let go from my job, so.
Okay, I see 2 things.
Okay.
So it's something service where you help people. So that's what they're showing me. So it could be real estate, it could be customer service, it could be medical, educational. I'm not sure. I'm just getting like a service-oriented type of thing. Even if you did medical billing or something, it would make sense, or admitting at a hospital. Because this way, if you do something that helps people, you would be less likely to keep picking people that are broken. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I probably told you that the last time.
You did, yeah.
I probably did. So now, do you have a question before I go on to somebody else?
Yeah, I think I just have been experiencing so much rejection lately, and I want to believe that better is on the way with relationship and career. Do you see any?
So remember, were you in the room when I was explaining some of the astrological things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the 19th, we finished with Mercury retrograde. Mars just finished retrograding on the 12th. There's another shift. We're going to be going into Aquarius. The next several months should be an explosion of new beginnings, rebranding, recalibrating. Whatever doesn't work, get rid of. Because right now, your life has kind of been like Groundhog Day every day. And I don't know how long ago I read you, but if I said to you that you probably should be in the medical field in some way or something like that, and you ignored me because you wanted the easy cash or you didn't want to be bothered, then this is your opportunity to deal with that, because it's the pink elephant in the room. Also, setting boundaries and having an expectation. You have to set your intentions, because if it's not working, and let other people pursue you, because whoever the next relationship, they're going to pursue you. without being weird. You know what I'm saying? Let them do the work. Because you can't be the
Okay.
male and the female in the relationship, and that's what you were doing, if you want my honest opinion. And that's probably why it didn't work, because you were micromanaging the relationships. Because even though you're a caretaker, you are very controlling. Sorry. So there you go. But one other thing, and I don't know if we broached this, COVID made a lot of things really crazy. People got really depressed, and they're doing telehealth. Like most therapists are crazy, batshit crazy in my opinion. They become therapists because they need help themselves, but it wouldn't hurt you to talk to somebody, because you have to change the cycle that you've been doing. You keep doing the same thing. So if you're walking on a treadmill and you're eating potato chips, it's +1, -1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So don't be
I do
mad
go
at
to
me.
therapy. No,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, but you need to change it, and maybe this therapist isn't helping you enough, and you need to go to somebody else, because you have to kind of release the trauma that you went through to move on, because whatever happened wasn't your fault. So you can't keep beating yourself up. You have to kind of say, okay, this is why I'm a good person, but I can't keep stabbing myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah,
All right, so that's what I'm going to say. I hope I helped.
you did.
And then,
Thank you.
and anyone in the room, I'm offering 20% off of all my phone readings. I've extended it because everything that's going on. I haven't raised my private rates in over 10 years, and everyone's jacking theirs up. So 20% off of any phone readings. So email me and let me know if you want to do it. You'll probably do for reading. When did I read you? 2019 or 20?
You just read me this year, or well, 2022.
Okay, I don't
But
even remember.
also in 2018, I think, maybe.
Okay, so then maybe that's why I'm picking that up. Okay, so
Mhm.
you're in the process of going through a transformation. It's going to be really exciting. So get ready. You're going to be on a roller coaster. Okay.
I'll buckle up.
Yes, absolutely. I'm really excited for you. And listen, a new career-based job or an opportunity will come around probably mid-February, where, so even if you have to take classes and you have to start the movement, that will be helpful. Okay.
Okay.
And don't be upset. Breathe. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Annette. Hello, Annette. Annette.
Hi.
Now, did I read you before?
On one of these calls you did.
Oh, okay. You changed your hair.
You're right.
Yeah.
I had it
Okay.
pulled back in a ponytail the last time.
Okay. So what is your date of birth, Annette?
9/9/1964.
Okay. So since I read you before, what is your question?
My question is, does it look like I'm ever gonna relocate? Two-part question, and get into a relationship either here or when I relocate?
So that's an interesting question. Do you know why? Because I see a triangle. So I feel like you're going to be connected to 3 different locations. So I don't know if you get something with your job where you do 3 months, 3 months, and 3 months. Maybe they tell you that you'll do 6 months and 6 months. It'll be 3 months, 3 months. So possibly, I don't know if you're in New York, maybe Florida. And I'm also getting Boston. I don't know why, but which is kind of like random, like they're saying New England, Boston, but I am getting Florida or a warmer area, and hopefully it's not California, because then we're going to choke ourselves. Yeah, because that's like a pit. Beautiful weather, but I think they're going to implode on themselves. See how much I like California. Give me 1 second. So I definitely am picking up a warmer area. It's not Texas, though, that I can tell you.
No, it's not.
I think it's Florida or the Carolinas or something, but then I'm getting cooler ocean. I mean, it could even be Maine. Like you're next to my friend that's in Maine, but it's definitely 3 locations. And remember, I said that. Now, you had 2 significant relationships. You will be coming into your third. The third one could be permanent, but Remember the old saying, feast or famine, famine or feast? Because everyone was so shut in for 3 years, you're going to start meeting like one guy, another guy, another guy. Like it'll be like in threes. Now, if you're in New York, people are still repressed, or you're in a state that was very restrictive with lockdowns. So like if you go to Florida, you'll probably meet 200 guys in the first month. So what I'm going to say to you is, would you say, well, yeah, and if you can relocate, it would make sense, but I am seeing that happen, and that's a positive. Now, you do have to watch your digestion. You got some digestive issues, and also go for a bone density test. I don't know if I told you that before, but that's what comes up.
No.
So keep that in mind. So that's what they're telling me. Okay, now, I hope I helped. The job is going to shift, but I'm going to say you're probably going to have an opportunity for this shift. I'm going to say 9 to 18 months, but it could be sooner, because June or September, because I'm dyslexic, is an important month. So maybe whatever it is comes up in June, and then you move in September.
Okay.
So they're showing me the number 69, no pun intended. So there you go. So, because it's like yin and yang. So you let me know. Okay. Thank you so much, Annette.
Thank you.
Let me put you on mute. Okay, let me go. Are we having fun, everyone? Let me go on to, okay, cool. Eva, you have a very exotic name. Eva,
Hi. Hello.
hi. Hi, what is your date of birth?
22703.
Oh my God, enjoy your
Born
youth. You're a
after the
baby.
millennium. Yes.
Yeah, you're a baby. Okay. So I'm born in February also, so we have some similarities. I have a really rando question for you. Do you sing?
Not well, but I really like music and I do like to sing. But
Okay, I
yeah.
hear music around you. Do you do presentations?
Yeah.
Okay, because I see you in front of people. So singing doesn't always have to be literal. Like when I do my shows, I sing songs, but not well,
Mhm.
and I might do that here. So you're going to be like, oh my God, my ears are bleeding. Now you have 2 focuses for your career.
Honestly, no focus, like very opposite, equally impossible focuses, I guess, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
So I want you to imagine that in the middle of your living room, there's a giant Vitamix.
Mhm.
Okay. And anything that you think about doing, put on a little piece of paper and then throw it into the Vitamix. And at the end of the week, you cover it and you press blend. You will probably create your own niche. Now, you're another person that likes to help people, but maybe you do music therapy, but maybe in a different way where it's not draining. Maybe you're doing it more diagnostic, because you're extremely empathic, and that's why you get drained. So I mean, you'd be very good in the medical field, but it wouldn't be good for you if you were a nurse only, because you'd be sucked dry. But
Yeah.
if you give yourself mobility, because you're very hyper, even though you seem very chill, you're like me, you're bouncing off the walls. So what I'm going to say to you is something that's more diagnostic, that gives you more mobility. So if you want to become a therapist, I would say don't do that, but do neuropsychology, where you can diagnose, and you can get to the root stem more. You don't have to listen to people's crap all day. That's why you don't have a lot of girlfriends, because they annoy you. Is my boyfriend cheating? You're like, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself. So the thing is, that's what comes up. Hi, Salvador. I will come to you next. I see you making a face. I'm going to pick on all the boys. So there you go. But I'm going to say to you, I think you're going to be able to squish it in together.
Okay.
Because you're creative without being artsy,
Mhm.
you're business oriented without being ruthless, and you're a caretaker without being a butt wiper. And then you're kind of like Willy Wonka, and Johnny Depp if they would have the baby, you're like, so you'll be fine. And
Oh,
don't
thank
try to
you.
figure it out so much, because it'll come together. One other thing, because you're an empath, you get a lot of really weird dreams, and then you feel things. You should listen to what the universe is telling you.
I will try my
Give you a
best.
couple of book suggestions.
Tell you that.
Okay. And like I said, I'm teaching and I'm doing private mentoring. If you have an interest, add yourself to my website so you can get my email blasts. I'll be doing these once a month, possibly twice a month, depending on my schedule and how, because believe it or not, it doesn't seem like a big deal to you guys, but we have 43 people in the room. It's very draining to me. So just to tell you guys, thank you so much, Eva. Stop stressing and you'll be fine. And by the way, you're going to be in the middle of two people. I hear you going eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So run, but don't rush.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. I won't.
Yeah. Kiss as many people as you can. Okay.
I will try.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Salvador.
Yes. Hi, Francine. How are you?
Did I talk to you before?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember. Okay. What's your birthday?
February 18, 1977.
Okay. So what is your question since I spoke to you already?
Last we spoke was regarding that settlement issue.
Oh, with your sister.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Ah.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, it went down dramatically after you and I spoke. You were right.
I'm
So,
sorry.
I mean, I just, I don't know what else you can see happening. If it can go down a little bit more, would be,
What I'm going to tell you is once this is done, you'll be over with her.
Yeah.
And I think that by June, you'll have breathing room.
Yes.
Okay. But don't let it get to you. It's not worth it.
Yes.
It's not worth it. You know, your sister reminds me of the golem and with the Lord of the Rings and the golem, precious. You know,
Yes.
she's very greedy and
Yes.
you know what? Wish her well. Wish her well.
Yeah.
You know, she's your sister. She has some issues, and you know, it's not worth her hurting herself, or it's not worth, you know what I'm saying? You getting ill. It's not worth it. And God will give you answers or pay you back in a way. So because you're being prepared for something else, and it'll help, because when the time comes, you'll reap the rewards because you were more of a gentleman and
Yes.
you did the valiant thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because you would throw yourself in front of a train for somebody. So it's the same idea. So that's what I'm going to say. Okay.
Okay.
And, you know, maybe we do a follow up in a month or so. Mercury finishes retrograde on the 19th, which is a couple of days, maybe February 1st. I've told everyone 20% off of all my phone readings. I'm extending it because, you know, people are really having hardship now, and I want to be the beacon of light. I don't want people to feel like they can't eat to get a reading. That doesn't make any sense, you know, and I work with people. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And then you should come to my dinner show on Monday to Soros.
Oh, we're thinking about it.
Yeah. If you're going to do it, you could Zell me. You're going to have fun. I will make you laugh. Trust me. And there'll be a lot of pickle jokes. So keep me in mind. And I hope I see you guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's see. Cam Van. Who's Cam Van? Cam Van. What's your name? I can't hear you. Nope, can't hear you.
I was on mute.
Oh, hi. What's your name? Nope. Mercury's retrograde. You might have to go back out and come back in. So unfortunately, or you can come into my next month because I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I can hear you now. So what's your date of birth? Nope, can't hear you. Yeah, it's not working. I'm going to go on to somebody else. I'm very sorry. I'll try to fix it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, a lot of people in here. Okay. If anyone wants me to talk to you, you have to let me see your videos. There's a lot of people on page 6 that I don't see them. So I see 706. I see Elise, Alicia, Tony. Well, Tony I already spoke to. So Angelina or Angelic Thomas. Can you hear me? Angelic,
Yes,
hi, what is your birthday?
7/31/68.
Are you from the Bronx?
No, well, originally from Chicago, Illinois. Now I live
Okay,
in Las Vegas.
okay, because you have like that Bronx energy. I'm from the Bronx originally, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so do you have any digestive issues?
Harvey?
I'm sorry, do you have any digestive issues?
A little bit, I would say yes.
You need to check that because I'm getting lower body problems. It could also be a predisposition to sugar problems. So you need to address that.
Okay, okay. I'm a diabetic type 1.
Okay, so that would be why I'm picking that up.
Yes.
People that are diabetic have sometimes they develop gastroparesis, which is an issue in digesting certain fiber and stuff like that. You might want to talk to a dietitian or nutritionist and change some of your diet. So that's really important. Also, Las Vegas. Are you thinking about moving again?
I
I
would
can't
like
hear.
to leave the country. I would like to leave the country part-time.
Um, I'm seeing a move, but I don't know if it's necessarily the country, but wherever you wind up, it kind of feels more like the country, like more like Colorado or something. So
Okay, I
I
can see
don't get it
that.
as crazy. So if you move to Colorado, it would be like you living in another country, you know? I do
Okay.
have a really random question. Anyone in your family was in the military or police or correction officers or something?
Well, I have a family history of being in the military.
Okay, I picked that up. That's very strong. And it comes up, it's like slapped across your forehead. So I just want you to know that. And you're working one job now or three?
Actually, I'm semi-retired.
Okay, you had one career or three?
Yeah, I would say 3.
Okay. And you were pregnant 3 times or 6?
I was biologically pregnant once, and I met, oh, well, twice. You're right.
I'm gonna say 3 though. I see
Okay.
3. That's why I'm not saying children. So children and pregnancies, but you only have one child, correct?
Biologically, yes, but I have 2 children altogether,
Okay, so the biologic, is it a boy?
both boys.
Okay, but one of them is very gentle.
Yes,
Okay, and is one of them lighter in complexion?
yes,
Okay, because I get like yin and yang or vanilla.
yes,
The vanilla. The cookie. Half of it's vanilla and half of it's chocolate. The
yes,
black white cookie. That's what they're showing me. Isn't that funny?
yes.
You have a really You have a really nice energy. You like to help people, and that's very sweet. You went through a lot in your life. And they keep on singing the song that you're still standing. So that's pretty cool. I have a really weird question for you though. Did you have an accident, a head injury, or um, did you have something with your head, or do you get
I had,
headaches?
I had, well, I had a lot of medical issues as a child, but yes, headaches, yes, fever, headaches.
Okay,
Recently I had 2 strokes.
okay,
One before the pandemic and one prior to then, about 15 years.
okay. So you need to go back and before you do anything and go back and get another scan because I'm still picking up something on one side. So you need to check it, okay?
Okay.
Um, you have a very high tolerance to pain, which seems like a good thing, but then it's not because if something's really wrong, you're not going to realize it until it's too late. Okay. So
Yes.
you need to address that. You have to promise me. Okay. Make the
Okay, I
appointment
definitely
as soon
will.
as possible. Okay. You need a scan of your head because whatever it is fixable.
Okay, I
Okay.
will.
And then add yourself to my website so that you get my blast and you know when I'm going to be doing these again. Okay. It
Okay.
was very nice
Thank
meeting you.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Okay,
Thank
Cam,
you.
thank you so much, Angelique. Hi, Cam. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you. Cam, what's your birthday?
3/28 is 76.
So, hold on. Were you having any problems with your belly button or something, or a hernia?
Yeah, long time ago.
You need to go get that checked again. I don't know why, but I got an image of you holding like to the side. So if you're prone to hernias, it's a weakness in that area and you can develop it again. You might have another one starting. I'm not wishing it. I could be wrong, or part of it could have tore. You need to check it. Okay.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
okay. Yeah, because it's like all of a sudden I'm getting a reference to it. Now, you had the full surgery or did you have laparoscopic?
Laparoscopic.
Okay, laparoscopic ones tend to tear more for some reason. It's not as invasive as the regular ones, but for some reason they have a higher incidence of tearing. So just, in a couple of months or whatever, if you start to feel any pain or a little bit of a bump, check it. Now, also, because I feel like you're doing a lot of lifting and stuff also, or you're running around a lot and
Yeah.
all you're going to do is, it feels like you're stressing it more. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, and I know you want to be a guy, but still, you're not
Yeah.
you're not a 20-year-old anymore. Okay, now,
Right.
what do you want to ask me?
Kind of about work.
So you're doing one thing for your career or three?
One.
But it's more of a job, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it feels like you're very physical.
Yeah, my job's physical.
So are you driving trucks and lifting, or are you doing construction? Like, what am I
Yeah,
getting? 'Cause
construction. Yeah, construction.
so I have a really random question for you. How do I say this? So there are some people that are really engineers, but they don't have the degree, but they have the ability, like a structural engineer or
Hmm.
like an architect, right? So I feel like you have a very good eye. Maybe you should get a certification so that you could be a supervisor and you don't have to do all the physical stuff. Because the reason why you're working so hard is because you're fixing what everyone else is fucking up. Excuse my French. And if you don't fix those problems, it's going to be a big issue. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Hmm.
So you need to listen to me on that, because I feel like something's going to change. Where do you live, if I may ask?
North Carolina.
So do you work for yourself or do you work for a company?
I work for myself, but it's like working for the company because they pretty much just use me and a
Okay.
couple other people.
So I feel like you're going to have an opportunity to merge with a property management company that does building. So like I'm in Westchester, there's like one company called the Toll Brothers as an example. And then there's
Mhm.
another one in Connecticut that's becoming more national, but I don't remember their name. I kind of feel like you're going to connect with another company so that you can supervise more.
Well, they
Because you're
kind of
not
want to
working.
hire me.
Okay, then that would make sense because I feel like you're working more hard, not as smart. Because if you have guys working under you that are morons, that are not, they don't care, you might be better off subbing things out.
Right.
And then you just get a percentage and then you don't have to deal with all that mess.
Hmm.
Because then they would be more liable, But I think that working for the other company might be a good idea for you to recalibrate yourself. Because right now in North Carolina, everything is blowing up. Holy
Oh, yeah.
crap. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it should be fine. One other thing, though, you have a problem with your neck, kind of like by your collar. I don't know if it's your rotator cuff, but it's something over here. I'm feeling. I don't.
Yeah,
Did
that's what
you
you said
ever?
before.
Okay, I don't remember. Did
Yeah.
you ever lift steel?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably a little lopsided. Yeah, I don't remember. I see so many people, so I just like to pick on all the guys in the room first. But other than that, you should be fine. There's going to be a lot of movement, and I think you're going to be much happier.
But would I be moving out west? Because that's kind of where their area would be.
Where in the West? Not California.
No, like Colorado,
I would think that
Utah.
that would make a nice thing. And if you can keep the house that you're in and rent it out, then I would do that. And this way you can go back and forth. Okay.
Mhm.
But I think that would be a good thing for you. I think it would be a nice change because then you can rest your body and take care of your body.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you the image I had about near your stomach or your groin area. I actually saw like a donut hole like this. So that's not a good image to me. It's not doom and gloom, but it's a warning. Okay. So just remember I said that.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong, but you need to address it. Promise.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. 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 Email me because I'll tell you what what it could also be, but email me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Cam.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Kim Johnson.
How are you?
Hi. I picked your name because I used to do readings in Elmsford, at Pete's Saloon in Elmsford, and there was a band called the Swinging Johnsons, and they were from Long Beach Island, and they would do these skits, and it was including Johnsons. That's why I picked on you. Sorry, I couldn't resist. They would do rock music. It was very funny. Now, what's your date of birth?
4/12/75.
So you get a lot of really weird dreams and deja vus also. And you have only one cat or three?
3.
See? Okay. And are you in your first major relationship or your third?
I'm probably like in my 6th.
Okay, but they're not going to all be major.
Yeah.
So love and marriage, baby, like somebody that gets to you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in your third, are you happy with this person?
It just ended.
Okay, so what month were they born in?
In July.
And what day? What day was he born in?
18th.
And what year?
78.
Was he kind of whiny?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So he wasn't significant. So I think you've had two people that were more important to you. And then you should be coming into your third. Whoever it is not whiny. Because you don't want to be with a guy that has a bigger vagina than you do. So God help me. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to say. So what I'm going to say to you is there is somebody else coming in. I get dark hair, light eyes.
Okay.
Now
this is a bad breakup, really, really bad.
Well, he's very what's the word? He's a narcissistic gaslighter because he's trying to make you feel guilty because if you don't stay with him, you will ruin his happiness. Like,
yeah. This
I mean,
his
you were with him for 1.5 years or 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years too long. So what you have to do moving forward is interview people as though they were going to date your daughter, your sister, your best friend.
Gotcha.
And then if you do that, you won't make half the choices. Now, did you ever do anything that's more creative in design or something? Because I
used to do art a lot. Watercolor.
Okay. But what's weird is, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I see the colors and design, but then I see numbers and I see test tubes. So why am I seeing that?
Huh. That's interesting.
So you have a job? What?
I work in the medical field, but I sell medical devices.
Then maybe that's the test tube reference. Okay. Now you work in devices. Are you sales? That's why. That's the numbers. You may have an opportunity to work with pharma, actually, because the test tubes. And if that happens, that could change a lot of other things for you. Because I think whoever you wind up with will be in the medical field.
Okay.
Uh,
Like a doctor.
and yeah, it's really strong. He doesn't have to be a doctor, but maybe he's a chief financial officer of the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoever it is, though, doesn't fit the profile of what you think. He actually looks like a steam fitter, like his arms, but he could be a surgeon. But his physique, a lot of the surgeons I know, like especially the men, they're very they're very lean. Like he's not heavy, but he's more muscular, and he's got like Popeye arms. So like maybe he builds on the side, because I hear I'm Popeye the Sailor Man, toot toot. So the only thing is, because you're a 1 or a 3, you would either meet one person or 3. So like I'm going to tell everyone, don't go steady, just do buffet. Dinner, dancing, no dessert. Okay? Fair
Yeah.
enough? I
Yeah.
hope I helped. You're wonderful. And no more swinging Johnsons for you, and no more wasting time with pickles that don't
Yeah.
matter, okay?
Very true.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, and let me see. So we go back to, we have 36 people. I hear somebody, wait, who did I hear? Let's see. So Galaxy S9, I guess you're the one that's not muted. Hi.
Yeah, that's the, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. Hi, how
It's
are
okay.
you? Nice to
What's
meet
your
you.
name?
Teresa,
And what's your date of birth, Teresa?
9/26/65.
So you had a lot of stuff go on in the past 3 to 6 years.
Yeah,
I'm very sorry.
thank
You
you.
had a lot. I get you on not a boogie board. What are those boards that they use and they ride them in the ocean?
Surfboard?
I see you on the surfboard, and a giant wave kept on pounding on top of you. And every time you'd get back up, you felt like you were drowning. You had a lot of stuff go on. I think you're done. A lot of people born between 57 and 69 have gone through a lot of loss, a lot. Because they're saying to me that you have at least 2 people that went, like boom boom, and another 2. And it's interesting because the people, that the first group of people, you didn't expect because they seemed healthy, and then the person that was sick, I don't know if they're still here, but excuse me, I'm spitting. I hear the song "I'm Still Standing" after all these years. So the person that was more sickly either went last or was still standing. And I guess, was that a female, the last person?
Yes.
Yeah, because you know what she's saying, that like she was like, I'm here last, like suckers, like she didn't want to go first.
Mm.
So I have a question for you. The first 2 was a male and female?
Male and female, yeah.
Yep. Did one of them just not wake up?
Yes, they went in their sleep.
Yep. They're not telling me which one, but they're saying to me, I just get, and I get, rock-a-bye baby on the treetop when the wind blows. So they either had a heart attack or an aneurysm or an embolism, because I'm hearing a popping sound. The other person, whatever it was, they got diagnosed and it was like poof, like very quick,
Yes.
like boom. So I don't know if it was pancreatic or something, but they're saying like the speed of light. So there's nothing you could have done about that. The male that was it, a male that went into sleep?
No, female.
Was she very feisty?
Oh my gosh, yes.
What was her birthday?
April 12th, 1965.
Okay. And then
no,
the male,
I'm sorry, April 30th, 1965.
Okay. And then the male, what was his birthday?
I can't remember.
Okay. But the April one, definitely some vascular stuff that happened with her. So there's nothing anyone could have done. The mail, though, whatever it was, it's like fast, boom. And it wasn't expected. They're around you, and that's why you wake up a lot between 3 and 4 in the morning. I'm hearing the name John, Joseph, JG, so I don't know if it relates to one of their names or middle name or something. Yeah, I'm getting a reference, JG, and I'm also getting an M initial, like Mary, quite contrary, but I don't know.
Monique.
Did the woman have a name that was male or female?
Monique.
That's the M. See what I mean? I'm dyslexic. Okay, so that's it. So there's nothing you could have done. They want you to know that they're around, and you just keep talking to them. And
Do you
you're
think
done.
about my mother at all? That's the main reason I want to know. I recently lost my mom, and I want to know if you got communication.
Well, she's the last one, and then she was the one that was laughing. She's like, I'm the last one, suckers. What's your mom's birthday?
6/21/48.
Does she have an M initial also?
No.
Middle name?
Nope.
Okay, I don't get every name, but I'm getting like an M initial, very strong. It could be a W and E.
It's a
And I'm
W.
also, okay, what's her name?
Donna June Wassel.
Okay. It's interesting. Now, she was pregnant once or 3 times?
3
or
times.
6? Okay. How many kids?
2.
And you have a brother?
I do.
He's a little moody.
Yes.
Yeah, he probably needs medication. Sorry.
He's on a lot of medication. He's mentally and
Okay.
physically handicapped. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm getting like very moody. Okay. Okay. But your mom's okay.
Okay.
But she keeps on saying, I was the last, suckers. It's the funniest thing. She didn't want to go first because she thought that she needed to be around to protect everyone. Just so you know.
Yeah, that she did.
Yeah. She went peacefully. I know that initially what was going on with her, she was a little uncomfortable, but then at one point she was okay. So she wasn't conscious of the uncomfortability in the end.
That's true.
They said that you would understand that without
Yes, I
airing.
do.
Okay.
Yes.
And one other thing before I let you go.
Where do I go from here?
I don't know why, but I hear Red Robin. So, we're in New York and there was like a restaurant called Red Robin, but I'm hearing it. So I think that she's going to try to show you a red bird, red roses, robins. It's important. And I'm picking that up very strong. So I think that will be her identifier to let you know. Just remember I said that.
Okay.
And I bet you, and I bet you it'll start coming up and you're going to be like, oh shit. Okay. Add yourself to my email, my website, and I'm teaching and all that. And where do you live? What state?
Northbrook, Illinois.
Okay. So you're not close. So what I'm going to say is add yourself, and I'm offered 20% off of all my readings on my phone readings right now. So if you have an interest, get a hold of me and we'll talk.
Thank you for taking me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Are we having fun, everyone? Okay, cool. So, hi, Kathleen. Hi. Let's see. Wait a minute. Ruth. I know you, Ruth.
We had a phone call one time a couple years ago.
A long time ago.
2019.
That's a long time ago, especially with COVID. Yep. 3 years of COVID feels like 8 years of COVID. What's your birthday?
August 11th, 1985.
So I have no idea what this means, but I get music and I get the song about the anaconda wrapping around. So would you just did you just go through something at your job where you felt like you were being choked or smothered or overwhelmed?
It's kind of a continued feeling, but that I'm trying to let go of. I guess I'm trying to be more present, but the past few years have been really challenging. And
Is it in your job?
yeah, well, altogether, but in my job, yes.
So are you in the medical field?
I'm a purchasing agent in architectural millwork, but we do a lot of work for construction and hospitals and
Okay.
healthcare.
Okay, so I don't know why this is coming up, but it feels like Miss Universe holding up the world in scrubs. And the old Batman and Robin, I'm a lot older, so there was an old Batman and Robin that was like black and white or color, like funky. And there was a scene where the Joker had the room that was like a compactor trying to squish Batman. I feel like you're like a pimple ready to be popped. And so the reason why I'm saying that is I think you need to redirect and either change your career, because if you're going to do what you do, you might as well do what you do in the medical field and at least be appreciated in a different way. Because I'm not getting that where you are, and it's not worth getting sick, because you already have digestive issues. Your skin is itchy. You're losing some of your hair. You get bad cramps. You have very bad sleep patterns, and you're having visual issues to top it off. A lot of it's stress and lack of sleep and poor eating, and you're not using the bathroom enough because you're petrified that you can't leave where you are. It's like almost like you're a door woman. Like doormen have a lot of gastro issues because they're not able to poop. I know that sounds silly, but I'm getting like you're ready to explode. So if you can move in with your family, go back to school, I don't care what you got to do. Take a speed reading class, reinvent yourself, because this year is a 7-year. This year is the number 7 in numerology. And I do numerology differently, but the number 7 is important from coming full circle. And it's all about rebranding and getting rid of and ending what isn't working. And it's new changes. Now, I'm going to say this. The food industry is an example, the hospitality business. You could always go and make $1,000 or $500 always from the beginning of time, right? And if you go back in time, we had 9/11, we had the stock market crash, and then we had COVID. And each time one of these things happened, we had to rebrand and recalibrate and find another way to do things. I used to do mini readings in restaurants. When we had 9/11 in the stock market, the business changed, and then we'd look at COVID. So you have to not be complacent. Use this opportunity to have a rebirth. So instead of you being the pimple, think of yourself as the caterpillar that's in the cocoon, and you're going to come out as a butterfly. And I can't stress that. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. So I can't stress that enough, okay? Because if you don't, it's going to cause long-term health issues for you.
Okay.
Okay. And that comes up pretty heavy. So I think that even if you, like I said, have to move back in with your family, suck it up. Because like I said, you have digestive issues. You got a lot of stuff going on. And if you can run naked to the streets for 3 months, do it. Just take a break. Take R&R. They owe you a lot of time. Take the time off.
Okay.
Disconnect your phone and just be like, peace out, Cub Scout. And there's a phrase I want you to learn, because you don't know how to say no. Tell them you would love to, but you can't. It's a great way of saying go suck it. And it's being nice. Okay? Promise?
Yep.
And do a follow-up with me. I'm going to be doing these once a month, and we'll talk in the future, okay? And I'm offering the 20%.
Okay.
It was very nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so everyone's having fun. Anne Chelik. Hello, Anne. I can't hear you. You have to unmute me. Unmute.
Can you hear me
Hi.
now?
Yes,
Hi.
I can. Hi. What's your birthday?
November 28th, 1969.
Okay. Are you in your first major relationship or your third?
Not in any right now.
So you had two.
I had 2 or 3 major.
I'm going to say two that were more major.
Okay.
You should be coming into your third. The third one could be permanent, but you would also probably meet 3 people. The only thing is, I think you have somebody from behind you that you have unfinished business with.
Okay.
So the person that's behind might be a brother of a friend or a cousin or something. And I think the timing was off. I don't know if he's the right person, but he's going to represent and you need to kind of ascertain if it makes any sense.
Okay.
Because whoever it is really funny, you know, and he doesn't fit your normal taste, but your taste sucks. So he may not be as tall as you would like, but you got to remember when you're in bed, you're the same size. So it doesn't matter. Little humor. But the thing is, I think he's not as tall, but he's really funny. Like if you took Leonardo DiCaprio, kind of cute like that when he was young, and the quick wit of like Jack Nicholson and Robin Williams without the depression, that's the person. That's one of the people that are coming in. But I feel like you kind of know him in a roundabout way. So I just want to throw that out to you. Okay. Now you were pregnant once or 3 times? Or 6, but I would say 3.
Yeah, I was like, no, I was pregnant 5 times.
I'm going to say
Possibly
6 then.
Yeah.
How many kids?
I have 1.
Is it a boy?
No, I have a girl.
Is she very feisty?
Underneath it all.
What's her birthday?
February 27th, 2004.
And does she have a name that could be male or female, like Lauren, Sam, Pat, Alex?
Her middle name is Blake. Yes.
Okay, so that could be why I'm picking that up. Does she have darker hair than you?
Her hair is dark. Mine is naturally dark. It's
okay. No, because I'm getting the contrast. I can't tell. You know, and also, you know, if you own it, it's yours. So it's all how you look at it.
Right.
Now, is she ambidextrous or lefty?
No.
I'm getting something with that. So I feel like I see both of her hands.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's into music, art.
She's into the arts.
Okay. Maybe sculpting, maybe plastic surgery, food. I see her hands, both her hands. Okay. So I think that's where she's going to find where she belongs. Okay. So keep that in mind. I'm going to say one thing to you. I don't think you're not a needy person, but I think that you feel connections to people and maybe you jump into the relationships a little too quickly. And I think you have to interview them more and slow your roll, because sometimes people present really well initially and they look good on paper and then they wind up and it's just all fake. So I think that you need to slow your roll and stop looking to get married again. And I don't know if you are or not, or that's how they look at you. Yeah. Maybe the guys think that that's what you want. So it may be just the way that they are like they think that you're presenting. So I think that you should just kind of chill a little bit, because you're very intense. Even though you're quiet, you're intense. You know what I'm saying? So they might think that you want to go get married and they're going to run. You know what I mean? Okay. Now, what do you want to ask me?
I was just curious about my career and then my daughter's future.
I see her something with the arts. You have one thing that you're focusing on with your career, or 3?
Well, it's hard to say. My career's it's a bit multifaceted, but right now on one thing in particular I've been focusing on. So
Anything to do with like speech therapy or some sort of, I'm getting like some sort of service without being a butt wiper.
no, I mean, I'm in the medical field and,
Okay.
and I'm in school. So
Okay,
yeah.
so that's why I'm gonna say, because I'm getting like speech or something that isn't as butt wiping. So it could be X-ray, MRI, CAT scan. You get them in, get them out. Could be medical billing. So
Okay.
that would verify. I think
Okay.
you're gonna get 3 certifications to give
Uh-huh.
you the ability to bounce where you want.
Okay.
So very important, because you're in the medical field. Stop picking people that are broken.
Okay. Right.
I'm not busting your chops. It's just that
No, that's fine. I have, okay.
you have a caretaking base, so you're
Yeah.
going to attract that. You know what I mean? So so that's what I'm going to say. But I do think the career thing will start to come together sooner than later. And I also think you should take a speed reading class.
Okay.
And that will help you. I hope I helped. Your
Okay.
daughter's going to be fine. And
Thank
she's
you.
something with her hands. She's creative. She could
Okay.
become a plastic surgeon even. You know,
Right.
she can even do the forensic, how they recreate the faces from the forensics. She'd be excellent at it, because I'm an artist originally, and I'm getting sculpting, I'm getting all that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and add yourself to my website.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think I'm going to talk to 2 more people, because we had a bigger room today. Let's see. Bonnie Ralph, 2 first names. Hi.
Hi. Yes,
What's your
2 first
birthday?
names.
What's your birthday, Bonnie?
12/29/61.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So I have a really rando question for you. Where did you go? Hold on, you went away.
Here I am.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Were you having any thyroid issues?
I had an issue, not with my thyroid, no.
Or your hormones or something?
No, not that I know of.
The reason why I'm asking is I see a roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down. So I don't know if it's thyroid, like if you have a thyroid issue, sometimes it can cause palpitations. So I'm getting like a reference to up and down, up and down, up and down. So I think you should maybe get a blood test and an ultrasound of your thyroid and have them check all your hormones. Whatever it was, I don't get it as any of a big issue, but I am seeing something that's still going on that needs to be addressed.
I just made an appointment today. Yes.
Okay.
With a pain. I've had a shooting pain for the last week. In
Where?
My back, my upper right. And on Thursday, I was at the doctor and she thought maybe I had kidney stones. And by the end of my visit, she said it was muscular. She felt a big knot in my back.
Okay, that could be the issue, but there's something else. It's nothing catastrophic, but you need to check it.
Okay. So you think my thyroid, I should have my thyroid checked?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should have hormones tested, just straight across.
Hormones tested.
Yep. The other thing is, if you haven't had a nuclear stress test, you should do that also. Because it could be something cardio. You might have a electrical issue or something. I might have the right idea, the wrong application, because I'm not understanding why I'm getting this. I mean, that could also be like a spasm too, but they were showing me this roller coaster. So I'm just going to tell you just to, go, you have the medical coverage and check it, because I feel like if you don't address it, it can cause more issues. Because if you have a spasm in your back, then you could put your back out, then your neck, and then your hip, it's going to be like snow going down the hill, you know what I mean? Now, the
Right.
other thing is, are you thinking about moving?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
hoping to move.
Okay. That could be part of some of this too. I see a move. I think you're going to make a decision to move maybe by September of this year. So that's what they're showing me. June is important. So you might make the decision around June, or you might try in June, but I think it's more September.
Okay.
And I feel like you're going to be much happier where you're going to be going. Also, do you ever think about writing?
No. No.
Maybe keep a journal or talk into your phone. It'll help you for your intentions, to set your intentions. I think seeing the words will help you to create what you're trying to create. Now, you have one career or three?
I'm really retired.
Okay, you had one career though, or three?
My family was my career, my kids.
Okay, you were pregnant 3 times or 6?
4.
Did you think you were 2 other times?
No.
If you ever get another reading, you might have been and you may have not known it, because I have a really weird thing with pregnancies. How many kids do you have?
3.
3 kids, 2 same sex and 1 not?
Yes.
Is it 2 boys?
Yes.
Okay, I was hoping because I saw big heads. You don't want girls with really big heads.
Oh,
God help me. And what's your husband's birthday?
X 9/18/54.
He was too old for you. God, oh goodness. Okay, not a bad person. He was your second major relationship?
He was really my first.
Did you have somebody after yet?
Yeah, I've had relationships after him.
But after him, so in your life, you've had 2 major. You should be coming into your third if you haven't already started it. And the person is connected to water. So I don't know if they're a water sign or they live by the water, but I think that they have a boat. I'm getting water pretty heavy. So keep it in mind. If it doesn't make sense yet, it will later.
Okay.
So because it's connected to the move, it's all connected, whether you
I
realize
was
it or
thinking
not.
about moving to Florida. I spoke with you in about 2019 when I
Okay.
was in Florida with my daughter.
Okay, I don't remember. See, so
Yeah.
that's so funny. That's
We
so
talked for
crazy.
quite a while. You told me to sell the things for your nails.
Oh,
that-
really?
Yeah. I don't know if you had a friend who sold them, but you kept telling me to sell those. They're like plastic kind of thin.
Oh,
and you
that
hit
they
them.
stick on the nails. It's
Yeah.
like the nail polish. But do you do
Yeah.
anything with sales, or did you do it later on?
No, and I didn't do that. You told me to do it, but I didn't.
Huh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Maybe it'll make sense later. Maybe you do that on the
Maybe.
side when you move, or maybe it's a different application. Who knows? You know,
Right.
I think that maybe you just needed another focus, but it was very nice talking to you, Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Francine.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to do one more. Ambry. I'm picking a weird name. Ambry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi, Ambry.
Hi.
What's your birthday?
9/17 of 1985.
So do you live in a brick house? Or is there a lot of brick around you?
No. I work in a brick building.
Okay, that's important. Is it medical or educational?
Education.
Okay. Now the building that you're working in, is it 3 schools or 3 buildings?
It's kind of like 4 connected. It's like a big square building.
Are you connected to more of the 3 of them than as opposed to the 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you thinking about changing something within your job?
Yeah, my position, but I would still be in education.
Are you thinking about becoming a principal?
No, I haven't really thought about that, but
you should continue your education so that you could, because you're meant to be a leader, not see, most people that have had readings with me know that I do not like the new teachers now, because most of the new teachers, God help me, they may be book smart, but they don't have the common sense. So I'm not really fond of it. You have an old soul, you have a young spirit, and you're meant to be a leader. You know, maybe even the person that's above a principal that runs the district. I forgot what it's called, but
A superintendent.
yes, I mean, you would be good with that. You're meant to be the leader because you're the fixer, because everyone that has a problem where you're in the school that you're in, they come to you, and you're helping them and you're navigating. And I really think it would make more sense to do that. So, you know, you don't really sleep much anyway, so take the classes online and do what you got to do. And there is one thing, you got to go back to the dentist. You got something going on with your teeth. There's something going on. So
I recently just went to the dentist too, but there's something else going on then?
yeah, you need to go to another dentist and have them do the full scan.
Okay.
I don't know if you do like I do. You might have cracked your tooth. I don't know if you grind, but
Yeah,
you
I
might have
do.
done that, because I'm getting the back tooth.
Okay.
You might have cracked it, and maybe they didn't see it on the X-ray initially, or
Okay.
it could be very small. And if you have any of the metal in your teeth, get them out and have them put the porcelain in, because the metal can
Okay.
cause more problems, especially if you grind. Now, what do you want to ask me before I kick you away?
I'm thinking about getting weight loss surgery, and I've seen a lot of family members that have had success with it, and I'm thinking about it, but I'm just super duper nervous about it.
Do you have any sugar problems?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Are you active at all?
I mean, running around children all day.
But do you walk? Do you do anything like that first?
In the summertime, I will, but not during the winter time.
So I had some surgery, and I'm glad I did it. I didn't do weight loss surgery, but I had some elective things, and I got very sick, and I was sepsis, and I'm still having some issues with it. And you have to do the research, and there's no quick fix. And you're going to have to change some of your patterns now, because what'll happen is a lot of my clients, so I actually know when they first started out with the gastric bypass all those years ago, I had two clients, they're twins, that had one of the first surgeries. They both look like Ethiopian princesses. They have rickets, they're bald, their heads are really big, and they're very sickly. Then on the flip side, I know people that have had the full gastric bypass, not even the sleeve, and wound up gaining it back because they would do, vanilla shakes and ice cream, do liquid diets. They would drink copious amounts of alcohol. So you're going to have to really change. And if you do the sleeve, you can't drink when you eat. You can't eat when you drink. It's a pain in the butt. And a lot of people gain the weight back and they get hiatal hernias. So maybe try hypnotherapy first, try some other things first, if you could do that. And if you want, email me and I'll connect you, because one of my dear friends, client, was just on the Today Show. She's a dietitian. She has a company. They do telehealth. They take insurance. And what they do works. So email me and I'll give you the information. Try that first.
I will do that.
Because you only want to do the surgery as a last result. Now, I'm going to tell you, at my height of my weight, I was 300 pounds, almost 300 pounds. I'm only 5'3", even I probably a little shorter, but like I'll say 5'3" and 5'2" and 3/4. So, I was so sick that I lost all that weight. It's not a pleasant thing.
Right. Well, I've heard,
Okay.
I have had stuff and they've had complications, so it just kind of scared me, but so.
And one other thing, where do you live?
I live in Wisconsin.
Sit down with the endocrinologist and ask them if, because of your levels, if you would be a candidate for Ozempic, because you probably have a metabolic disorder.
Okay.
So if you do Ozempic, it's 1 shot a week and you will lose the weight.
It's called Ozempic.
Ozempic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they have a couple of other ones that are similar, but Ozempic is fantastic. And it's a tiny little needle that you stick in your stomach, because I'm doing that. Because even though I lost the weight and I got sick, I started gaining some of it back because of menopause and stress and
Right.
all that. One other thing, you will lose your hair if you do the other surgery. I mean, I've lost some of my hair because of the drastic weight loss. It does something to your body. So I'm just warning you that you'll have hair, but you will lose a lot of it. And
Okay.
so please don't get mad at me. So I'm not
No, I'm
saying
going to go
not
the
do
other
it.
route then. I think you're telling me to go the other
I
try
would,
first.
if it was me, I would try everything else first.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Because remember,
All right.
the weight doesn't come on overnight. It's not going to come off overnight.
Right. Right. Right.
You know, and we want everything now, yesterday, now. So it was very nice meeting you. Add yourself to my website. I'm like I said, I'm telling
perfect.
everyone, I'm offering everyone 20% off of one of my phone readings. I'll extend it. And, you know, I don't want anyone to feel like they can't get a reading from me. And let me know. And I can't wait to talk to you again. And it's FrancineTesler.com. And keep me posted. But I definitely think if you do the Ozempic or something like that, you will see the results.
Okay.
All right. And then you let me know before and after. I bet you.
Okay.
Make your pinky bet. Okay. Pinky bet. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Did everyone enjoy themselves?
Yes.
So listen,
Thank you.
I'm going to be doing this again. I was doing it twice a month, but when I do my shows and all the other readings, it's very, very draining for me. So I'm going to build up. I'm definitely do it next month. So just check my website. If you guys add yourself to my website, you can check on it or you'll get my email blasts. Like and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And then you can see, because I also post there, because when I send out my emails, people get mad because I do a lot of them. So I hope you guys had a great time. And thank you so much.
You.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night. And I'll see you guys next month. And then check for me for Instagram and Facebook Live. I'll be doing some pop-ups. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Bye. Bye.